Welcome back, Genius Minds. This is day 2 of our AI Bootcamp, where we're learning all about AI step by step. Today, we're diving into machine learning, neural networks, and deep learning, the core foundation behind how modern AI actually works. By the end of this session, you'll clearly understand how machines learn, what neural networks are, and how all of these connect to AI tools we use daily.
If you have any questions while watching the session, feel free to drop them in the comments down below. I will address each of your comments. All right, let's roll into day 2.
There are a few key terms in the world of AI. We've got artificial intelligence, machine learning, neural networks, deep learning, and generative AI. These may sound complex, but we're going to break them down one by one in simple language. We already learned what is artificial intelligence in our previous video. If you haven't watched that yet, go ahead and watch that first intro video as well. I'll provide the link in description down below. So AI in short is when machines act smart, like humans, and require human intelligence to perform tasks like problem solving, recognizing faces, or understanding language based on patterns and data they've learned. Now, what is machine learning, or ML? It's literally in the name, machines learning. Machine learning is the way AI model has been trained with large volume of data. It allows AI model to learn from data instead of being explicitly programmed. In the old days, we had to tell computers exactly what to do using coding languages like Python, Java, C++, and so on. But now, with AI, we can just talk to ChatGPT in plain English and it understands. Thanks to machine learning, it learned from millions of examples, patterns, and human conversations, and now mimics them and generates outcome based on data it has learned. In simple terms, machine learning is how we teach AI, and there are two main ways we can teach an AI model: supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Let's start with supervised learning. Imagine a teacher showing fruit cards to students. The teacher says, "This is an apple and this is an orange." The student learns from examples and correct answers. That's exactly how supervised learning works. AI learns from labeled data and examples that already have correct answers. Your phone's face unlock feature is a perfect example. It was trained using labeled images of your face. So when it sees you, it recognizes and unlocks your phone. It's not guessing, it knows your face from supervised training data. Email spam filters, Siri, or Google speech recognition are few other examples. Now, what about unsupervised learning? Here, there is no teacher and no correct answers given. Imagine walking into a market full of fruits and vegetables with no labels. No one tells you what's what. You just group similar ones by color, shape, and size. That's unsupervised learning, where there are no labels or answers, and AI tries to find patterns and group things on its own. For example, YouTube's recommendation system. It groups users with similar watch patterns and shows related videos. If you watch a lot of AI tutorials, you'll suddenly get more AI videos in your feed. That's unsupervised learning in action. Now that we understand how machines learn, let's go deeper into neural networks. Neural networks' thought process are inspired by the human brain. Our brain has neurons that pass signals to each other. Neural networks have artificial neurons that passes data from one layer to another. Each layer tries to understand something, then passes the result forward. Layer by layer, the machine gets better at recognizing patterns. This is why AI tools like ChatGPT feel smart, not because they think, but because they've learned patterns from massive data. So AI isn't some thinking machine, it's actually neural networking. They're made up of layers of connected neurons. Each neuron processes information and passes it to the next, just like our brain does. Let me explain. At their core, neural networks are basically systems that learn patterns and data, and then use what they've learned to make predictions and generate results. Imagine them as a stack of layered filters. Data goes through first layer, gets processed, which gets refined even more, and so on. Each layer improves the understanding a little bit more until the final layer produces the output. So the key part is neural networks don't start smart. They have to be trained. That's where AI trainers feed the network with tons of data like text, photos, or videos, and the network starts to make predictions and generates output. Every time it gets a result wrong, it adjusts its internal settings to get closer to the right answer. This process happens millions and sometimes billions of times until the network gets really good at recognizing patterns and generating results. At that time, it's ready to take prompts from you and turn them into something useful. So if you're not already using AI, start now. It can boost your productivity, help you think faster, and make your work so much smoother. AI isn't here to replace you, it's here to upgrade you. So here's the connection. Machine learning is the concept of machines learning from data. Neural networks are a specific method used inside machine learning, inspired by how our brain processes information. Moving on to deep learning. Now, when we stack many layers of these neurons, we get deep learning. The deep part just means lots of layers. More layers means more capability, and more data simply means more accuracy. This is where modern AI really took off. Deep learning models can come in different types depending on what they're used for. Binary CNN, or convolutional neural networks, used for images and videos. They power facial recognition and even self-driving car vision systems. RNN, or recurrent neural networks, used for sequential or time-based data like speech, language, or music. They remember previous steps, making them great for chatbots, voice assistants, or predicting stock trends. And DNN, or deep neural networks. Used for text and speech, they combine many deep layers to learn complex patterns. So when you hear deep learning, think of powerful neural networks working with tons of layers to solve tough problems. This is the engine behind self-driving cars, voice assistants, chatbots, medical skin analysis, and, yes, ChatGPT. Now, let's bring it all together with something we all love: generative AI. Generative AI is a branch of AI that can create new things: text, images, music, videos, and even code. ChatGPT, that's generative AI. Midjourney, DALL-E, or Runway ML, also generative AI. They don't just understand data, they generate new content based on what they've learned from millions of examples. This is why generative AI feels magical. So let's recap what we learned today. AI is man-made intelligence for solving problems. Machine learning helps train AI with massive amounts of data. Neural networks are models inspired by human brain that learns to recognize patterns and make predictions. Deep learning uses multiple layers of neurons for advanced learning and complex tasks. And generative AI creates brand new content like text, images, audio, video, etc. from learned patterns.
I hope this was useful. Hit the subscribe and like button if you learned something new today.
Share with your friends and family who'd like to learn AI. You're officially 2 days into your AI journey and already ahead of most people out there. Rewatch this video to lock in the concepts. And get ready for day 3, where we'll explore how machines are trained, tested, and improved to make smarter predictions. Until then, stay curious, stay genius. I'll see you in the next video.